we are with the second map between Maru and Hero. A lot of people thought he might choke, a lot of people were afraid of him choking, but so far he looked extremely on these games. We have Hero in the winner's match with a 1-0 lead.
Liquid Hero
is looking great here. He won the first game. Now he has to make sure that he's able to take another map if he wants to advance as the winner of this group. His opponent is starting to the top of the map. We have on Antigua Shipyard in the blue color. Once again, our prime player is once again
Maru Prime.
We showed really impressive games. He's in the winner match today. Will he be able to tie the series? Will he be able to tie the force the third game? Or will Hero actually prevail after only 2 maps?
Yeah, that is the question that we were waiting to see the answer to. No gas taken from Maru just yet.
Yeah, we have a probe in his main base, so he's scouted, but he has no gas so far. We might just see him once again with his expansion of no gas, 1 barracks in the command center. For Hero, we see the first gas being taken, his gateway is nearly done. And on Antigua, we've seen a lot of very, very interesting games. There's always the possibility of Blink Stalkers. We've been going on about this yesterday as well. We had a couple of really tight games with Supernova in the role of a Terran player. So a lot of possibilities here for a Protoss player to get aggressive. Terran players, obviously, with the Medivacs always trying to use drop play. But for a Protoss, as soon as you realize, okay, there's going to be an expansion, there's also the option of getting aggressive early on with a few gateways, just using some force fields to prevent the repair and try to force your way through on take down the expansion.
Complete.
So let's see what Hero is planning on this map. And still the probe dodging the Marine.
He's
very well
doing a
done.
Great job with this so far, and he has to lower the depot to make the command center, but the probe was not ready. It does get picked off now, and so the command center will not be seen straight away, but he checks to make sure his opponent is not proxying, because even though this is a 4-player map, it's essentially in the modified GSL version, since it's only cross positions, it's a 2-player map in that way. So his opponent could have proxied barracks at his third, so he checks for that smartly now. And I think we're just going to see a 1-gate expand out of Hero as he replies to his opponent's 1 Rax expand, which he's now fairly certain of because he checked everywhere just to make sure. No shenanigans, no hidden barracks. It is Maru Prime we're talking about here. A little trivia, Maru Prime's portrait on the Korean server is the probe portrait, so he has played some 2v2s as Protoss.
betraying his race.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Oh, double expansion immediately for Maru here.
Yeah, really uncharacteristic of what he's known for.
We always talk like that Maru is known for this really cheesy style that he also shows on ladder and showed in the past. But let's be honest about it. Since he made his appearance in Code A again, cheese is something that we rarely see from him.
Yeah, it's not something we see almost ever.
Yeah, he has the capabilities of it. We know that he knows how to pull it off, so it's always a danger and something that people are really afraid of when facing him. But so far, he just showed that he's a great macro player.
Yeah, he really has shown that, and nothing but that, especially today. Going up to 3 barracks now, and adding his gases behind his 3rd command center. Hero having a pretty strong forward position here with these stalkers, though. Now, the question is, what does Hero do next? He hasn't taken any gases just yet, or added any gateways. And it's hard to say what his next move is going to be. He has to make some choices here, and it looks like he is going to go up to 4 gateways, wants to do a 4 gateway pressure.
This could actually do a lot of damage given the fact that Maru is taking 3rd base, and I am not quite sure how many bunkers does he actually have. Only
right
one,
now
I
he
guess.
only has 1, and if he doesn't make any additional ones, he may just die to this 4-gate pressure, and that'll knock him down into, you know, the playoff match.
This is really, really dangerous for Maru, especially without scouting information. And he won't be able to get them. He might use a scanner for the main base of his opponent, but he won't be able to sneak any units out, because there are already 2 stalkers just waiting for an SCV or a Marine to pop out.
Consider also that his stim is just now starting, because he went for the faster command center rather than the gases. So he's not going to have that when the attack commences.
Wolf, if he doesn't sacrifice a scan, I think he might be in so much trouble. This is so hard to hold. On 1 bunker, this is incredibly hard to hold.
All he has to do is target down the bunker with his stalkers and then go for the attack forward. He's actually warping in so many zealots here. The zealots are going to tear through those Marines.
Oh, this is gonna get ugly.
He checks, he's like, yes, discovered there's only one bunker. This attack will commence now. He's chronoing on his gateways.
The second bunker is building, but it might already be too late. Hero with a misstep with his unit control, losing not only one, but two of his
Oh, but now the
stocks.
Marines are out of position. They're going to take some hits from these Zealots, perhaps. Actually, ends up working in his favor as he gets a Zealot for free here.
Is he actually able to hold this? It kind of looks like it will. Nice force fields, trapping a few Marines, but he is losing a ton of his Zealots as well. No SCVs to repair the bunker. He actually holds.
He holds indeed, and he holds well. Now with 3 command centers, double engineering bay going up. Hero warps in more units. He's really committing to this. He's taking his second gas only now.
But there are 2 bunkers now, and he has a ton of units. Stim is halfway done. Most of these units are already in trouble. The SCVs are being pulled. And he is just repairing like crazy, but he doesn't even have to, because there's nothing to do really a lot of damage. No stalkers.
The Zealots were not even able to attack the bunker because of the force fields. Hero now desperately tries to take a third base. What he doesn't know is his opponent has a very good SCV count because he's been making SCVs off of 3 commanders and will be able to move over and secure that third base very soon. He has triple mules as well.
Before the attack actually starts, Maru moves down the ramp, takes down one of these stalkers when Hero was just occupied warping additional units and taking care of his main base. The second stalker gets heavily damaged, and even the Zealots that are sent in to intercept the Marines are not in time. So definitely a great hold here by Maru, and Hero is playing from behind right now, especially if Maru decides to push out. And look how many buildings he's adding.
He's adding barracks as he sees his opponent taking a Nexus. He knows he is ahead in units right now. He will be ahead in tech, and he wants to power up the barracks so they can reinforce and make sure he can kill that third base as soon as possible.
Twilight Council now just started.
Stim is done. He loses another Zealot, but he did force a Stim on some of the units in the bunker.
And Hero has to be very, very careful right now, especially with the factory scouting how many units there are. Maru is exactly aware of what his opponent's forces in front of his main base consist of. So if he's able to hit a good stim timing with his units and takes down this force, then Hero will be at such a disadvantage, which is exactly the reason why Hero decides, okay, I need to go back right now. If he catches me off guard, if I'm in my main base and suddenly he stims down and takes down my sentries, I will be in such a huge disadvantage. I have to back off here.
Yeah, exactly right. This is, Hero is now, he's double expanded, and he's technically Charge and Templar Archives right now. He's taking every risk in the book because he knows he's that behind. He has to do everything at once. If Maru attacks him with these medevacs right now, or does drop play and attacks from 2 sides, he'll just fall apart and die.
Drop play is exactly what Hero is going to expect now, though, so he will have a few stalkers in position in his main base. I'm sure that we are going to see a quick shot of it very soon. I can already spot them on the minimap. Both of them going for the 3 bases, and double forge coming up. A lot of corners cut here by Hero, but he can kind of afford to do it as Maru is not getting aggressive here.
Yeah, he's not getting aggressive. Things are playing into Hero's hands just as he wants them to, because he does everything. Double forges, double gases at his third base, adding only probes, no units really here. He makes a few Archons. Those are not going to be useful in a real fight if his opponent attacked now, but because he's not attacking, he even has 1-1 upgrades over his opponent. He's not attacking, and Hero is getting away with getting all this tech. If he gets Storm out, then he'll be able to hold his third base very easily. Now he's trying to scare his opponent here, but he shows too few units. This may even bait an attack. He scans, he's like, really? That's it? That's why he scanned there, and a huge drop.
Nice. A beautiful drop, at the same time getting the Ghost Academy in order to counter out the Templars of his opponent. He saw the Archons, he reacts in time, takes down most of the Zealots. He might just move towards the next position. Needs to be very careful. Feedback.
He already used his feedback, and oh, well,
there it is.
Gets both medevacs once, and now the medevac's extremely low.
He needs to fall back here. He can actually spot these medevacs, can't he? They should be inside.
He doesn't have any stalkers though.
Oh, main base. Spotted by the probe. But nice.
He does have Zealots in position, but this is going to be really difficult to deal with. Now he's throwing these forces back. He can actually re-drop at the third if he wants to, and he is!
Actually, he is just moving out right now. He's a little bit indecisive here, but he does a ton of damage in the main base. Beautiful positioning by all these ground units. Just look at it, how he kills another pile. He could have done a little bit more damage to these Zealots. They were in choke point situation. But as much as I like the player from Maru here, just attacking at 3 places at a time, I have to say that Hero, with an impressive defense, he sends exactly the amount of units to each of the 3 locations where his opponent is applying pressure that he needs to. Very nice unit split, very nice unit control by both of these players.
Oh, nice targeting on these Archons that were out in the open. Now he's going to try to rescue the drops.
He's not losing a ton of units.
Yeah.
Look at how far ahead in supply he already is.
40 supply up right now. He's trying to rescue those drops so desperately because he knows that if he can just pull the units away for a second, he can drop those units out. Then he has a really scary army to contend with. He can maybe snipe the third. He's going to go for it. 1 Medivac sniped immediately. Kind of a weird choice here by Maru after all that planning.
Yeah, he loses everything and he didn't do a lot of damage here.
No, yeah, that was kind of weird.
2 probes?
Yeah, maybe, if even that. That was kind of weird. He did such a great job of almost rescuing those.
And he misses his timing. He has +2/+2 done, and Hero just starts with this +2/+2. We don't even have the +3/+3 coming up, while double Robo is being added.
Yeah, he needs to start his Colossus production, and he can't make Robotic Support Bay until he remakes that Robo. He wants to have double here, so we're going to have a nice stim forward. This is perfect because it draws the Zealots and Archons in, where they're taking damage from a huge Terran Concave, and he's trying to use his Ghost. Good EMPs on the Archons as well.
These storms were insane. At the same time, he's now losing so many sentries, he can't afford this.
He cannot afford this. Look at the energy on those sentries that he's losing as well.
Why did he use additional force fields? He could have saved at least 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, things getting really awkward here for Hero. Now the units have been split. The Zealots hesitating here a little bit. A nice EMP and a Storm Dodge. Things looking really good for Maru now.
Indeed he does. He's getting into position at the third. Stims in once again. Has these Ghosts in position. Another EMP. 1 and 2. The Storms are brutal.
The Storms are brutal. In fact, helping clear the supply deficit, but a nice pickup by Maru. He gets out, saves the majority of his Medivacs as well. 4 additional Templar being warped in. 2-2 about to finish, but 2-2 done already for Maru. He's starting his +3-3. The Robotic Support Bay is almost done. These Zealots way out of position. He's going to lose a lot of them.
Oh, wow, they go down one by one. Marine Marauder steaming in, but will the Storm save his...
He doesn't have Storm yet. He doesn't have enough energy. Those Templar are all fresh. He's going to lose his Robos. He may even lose his Robotic Support Bay. Oh, a nice EMP, and the Zealot's not able to really fight. He is going to come in for a flank, but there's no Stalkers. Is he going to waste his energy on feedback? No, he does not. Beautiful positioning here for Maru.
A great position. He controls the choke point. Maru controls the choke point. He controls the rep, but he doesn't pay attention to his units. He's getting stopped and loses so many hit points on these Marines Marauders, but he's ahead with 30 supply here.
Great control by both players.
Hero, oh my god, he lost his double, he lost his Robotech, but still that he was able to defend against this.
It was so impressive. Yeah, I mean, we saw something like this with Genius yesterday against Supernova, where he just would not die, and he would not lose his Nexus. We're seeing something very similar here. There's constant aggression from Maru, who is taking a 4th base now. He's making it into a planetary in the center of the map. He's remaking a Templar Archives because he lost that. That means no more Templar. So his key units are gone. He cannot afford to lose his Zealots or things will spiral out of control. I guarantee you Maru is very aware of the fact that he cannot warp in Templar right now.
And just look at the supply. We have Hero warping in round after round because he wants to close the supply gap. We still have a little bit of a lead here for Maru, who is moving out.
Is so much better for Maru right now. So even though the supply is close, those Zealots are not going to be very effective alone.
And look at these Medivacs. Such a huge number of Medivacs. Cloak is in the picture. Where's the scan? Where are the EMPs? The EMPs, they don't hit just yet.
He's waiting for the Templar. He's not wasting them. Now he realizes there's no Templar here, and he's just going to go ahead and attack with the Ghost. The Ghost with a lot of hit points, a lot of extra DPS being done here, and Hero's army falling flat.
He's falling apart here. It is too much. It's just too much firepower.
Maru will tie up the series 1-1. He's done it again. This young player kills the Robo. No observers.
Wow, it's incredible.
Is 3-3 about to finish here?
How can this kid be so good?
How can it be? Indeed, I cannot believe Maru is crushing Hero here. GG. The score is now tied 1-1.
When I was 14, I still played with Lego and Playmobil, and this guy is sitting in the booth as if he wouldn't have done anything else for the last 13 years. Okay, maybe not Playmobil and Lego, but still.
Yeah, man, I hope his parents are watching. That's all I have to say. I hope his parents are watching. Crush Hero, a very experienced StarCraft II player. And Hero does have the map choice. That's why winning the first set is so important. So he's not going to have to play on Dual Sight, for example, or Crossfire, but he will have to play or Maru will have to play, excuse me, on a map that Hero has chosen.
I think that I'm actually more nervous than Maru is. I think it's true. I think it's really true.
Well,
this next game, I mean, Hero against Maru, this is so great. It's actually kind of funny. When I was asked today who I think is going to advance when we were at the GOM house and I talked to Major, I said, well, I actually think that Hero and Maru are the two who are going to advance. And then I was still thinking about, okay, but there's Gumiho, there's Curious. But I still think those two could make it. But this is, if you really want to make sure that you are the one who comes out ahead of this group, you need to win the next map. This is
whoever
so
wins
important.
this next game is in the round of 16, which not only is, you know, you're still in Code S for sure, and you're going to be in Code S next season, and you look good, but there's a lot of money on the line here as well. From round of 30 to the round of 16, there's a huge jump up in prize money as well. So a lot of money on the line here in this very game. And Maru, man, if he wins, it's going to be a pretty big blow to Hero as well, to play against someone who's not as experienced in the GSL as Hero is. And this is Hero's first time in Code S. It's going to be stressful for him to play his next match.
Just think about how much of an accomplished player Hero is, with all the international experience that he got as well. He went to so many foreign events.
And Hero is not a player who's really looked like he has been losing steam either. It's just that Maru is getting so good so quickly. He just, you know, fairly recently moved into the Prime House. He's been playing otherwise on his own. Before he qualified, he wasn't even living in the house. He was just playing at home. And now he's living in the Prime House. He's training with some of the best players in the world. Of course he's going to be improving very rapidly. He's had a very specific practice for these maps.
I actually just got a really, really great tweet. It's actually so funny and it's so true. It seems like Borsty just messaged me on Twitter and he said, it seems like the Marine Prince has been born. And he's not wrong about it. We are heading into the third game between those two awesome and amazing players. We have Hero against Maru. This is what it comes down to. Daybreak is going to be the next map here. The GSL Code S with Carl Redwall.